ask me anything about Ecamm. Kind of putting myself out there. Don't know what's going to come. I think there's a couple of questions in already, although they haven't come into the chat. So yeah, we'll see. Whether Owen, you might be able to copy and paste them in if that's not coming in. Yeah, this is all about Ecamm Live today, and fire away. I've got some notes here. I'm going to take you through. We can have a look at a few things in advance and really just have a walk through Ecamm Live. If you don't know what Ecamm Live is, it's what I'm using right here and now. It's a fantastic tool for live streaming. It really is the best solution for you if you're on a Mac. An amazing tool. We can work through it. I've got some examples. I'm going to show you some things here. Hey James, good to see you. Loving the wall, thank you. Keep changing it around. It's literally kind of every few days we've got a different scene going on behind. But yeah, so I'm interested really, you know, where you are. We've done a few lives talking about the new features and things like that that have come up in Ecamm. So maybe there are things that you've looked at and thought, yeah, I wouldn't mind knowing how they do that. Or, you know, as we go through it, I'm going to be led by you very much. But James, actually, I'll tell you what I can do first of all. This is one that we do quite a bit, is flick over to a screen like this. And actually what we're doing here, hi Roland, hi Total Production. What we're doing right here is sharing the screen like this and actually bringing in the comment scene from Ecamm. So this is coming in, as you can see there, some of you are commenting from YouTube, some of you are coming in from Facebook. Preview mode, okay, yes, good one James, we can have a look at that. So this is a cool little feature that we can do on here, and really what I'm doing on this scene right now is demonstrating to, in fact, I'll tell you what I can do. We're going to do a bit of this today. We're going to do some, you can see over here, live demo mode. I really need to get better at this shortcut. There it is. This is my live demo mode. This is my screen. And you can see this is everything going on up here. This is the live window. I'm going to change this around now that I know you can see it all. So if I were to start a brand new scene, and we're going to set it in as a background like this, and then what I can do is say I want it to be, I want to bring in the comments and reactions. So there's the window there for comments and reactions. And if I zoom it in like this, so I can put that window over there, and as you can see, I've got a picture-in-picture down here that I can pick up, and I can move around and resize it. And it's, I do it a little bit slightly different way to this with a video overlay, but you can see it happening there. And notice, I'm going to lead on to my note. I'm going to just kind of fire away with a few things on here, and then I'm going to come back and have a look at some of these windows. Literally, I just saw Rich's question that I saw window at the end of it. I was going to say come back to your questions, and my brain just saw the word window. So I will come back to these in just a second, but why have I got my microphone showing? This is very unprofessional of me. Notice that normally up here, you can't see it. And does anybody notice anything different about the live that I've got on here right now? Anyone? A little bit wider, a little bit shorter? We're actually trying out a new aspect ratio that we can do. So instead of this being 16:9, which is a standard size, what we've actually done here is gone 2:1, which is 18:9. So it's just given me a little bit extra room down the side. And it doesn't mean that it's magically widened my camera out. What it means is it's actually cropped the top and bottom of this. So as you saw there in that last scene that I just made, my microphone, it's actually allowed me to get my microphone a little bit closer in, because in this view, it's cropping it off. And I think, James, what do you think? A little bit more cinematic here. James is a filmmaker. He would kind of get this. Yeah, extra wide, they've called it in here. I think there's an even wider one, isn't there, for movies? It's a, I don't know what it is. It's got 3 numbers in there, hasn't it? 2, 1, 21:9, Owen's telling me. So yeah, there you go. There's a couple of things straight off. We've got a few people on now. This is awesome. Let me jump back to these comments, and I reckon let's flick back up here. Sharing your ideas and your knowledge. Excellent. Come on, Roland. Looking forward to seeing you in the academy. I've got to get rid of that microphone. That's bugging me up there. Sorry. Let me just zoom that a little bit and it's gone. Jerry, awesome. Good to have you here, Jerry. Anthony, preview mode. Yes, James, let me come to that. Now, what I'm going to do, what you can see on here, I'm just going to favourite that one because that's one of the new features that I can do in here. I'm going to come back to you in just a minute, James. Love the Ecamm Live course. I'm a student. Fantastic. Yes. Knitting. Great. Good morning. Missed the broadcasts. Thank you. Hey there, Jesse. Pre-record videos. Okay. Yeah. And that's a great point, actually, that this, I mean, I use this. We've done, I'll tell you in a minute, or a bit later on, we've got our Ecamm Live Academy coming up again. And so Owen and I have been actually re-recording about 20 plus of the videos because Ecamm has changed significantly enough that we need to re-record these videos. And I just went through actually this morning, now that all the other videos are in place, just doing the intros and summaries for each day. And all I do on here on Ecamm, I've got my camera set up in front of me. I open up Ecamm and I hit record and I just go, hey, it's day 3, welcome. And off I go and I end it. It says, show me the file. I can change the name of it. And I've just sent it off to Owen just to tidy up the start and end of it and upload it into the course. So we use this all the time in the record only mode. It's a great way if you're using a camera rather than needing to put an SD card or something in, you can just bring it straight here into Ecamm, or you could be recording it like this and capturing the screen as well. Now, if you're just tuning in, please do ask any questions away down here. In fact, if you wanted to, if you were really good, you could put a little cue in front of your question like Roland's done down here. Glad to see Roland's going to be behaving in the academy with putting cues in. And I'll show you in a minute how that works, because again, another feature that we've now got in here is I've got a search facility inside these comments, and we can actually sort them really well by just looking for the ones that have got a cue at the start and hiding all the rest. Not that I want to hide your comments. So Rich, hi there. Good to see you again. Beautiful animated lower third overlays. Opportunity to change the text. Okay, great question, Roland. I'll come to that in a minute. Let me just quickly come down these. Oh, it's Lisa. Given permissions. Yes. There's Vimeo. Is there any way to get these comments? I tell you what, I'm going to ping all these. Let me just quickly favorite these. Share a different live stream window. Yep. Update my Ecamm Live to the latest version. See. Doesn't work. Right. Hey, Felicia. Great to see you. Yep. Ultra wide. Yep. It is more cinematic. We're liking it. I think it's just a bit different. And actually, YouTube does cope with it. I didn't know if it'd put a black bottom, black top and bottom, but it doesn't. Yeah, Sonia's liking it. Good. Brilliant. Oh, Leaf, you're saying you're seeing black bars top and bottom. Well, when we demoed it out, we weren't. Is that right? Are you seeing it? What, is that on a phone or on... I'm asking Owen because he's sitting across here. So on a desktop, you're seeing black bars top and bottom. Oh, that is a shame. I demoed it on a phone. Yeah. Add some lens flare. Okay, yes, we'll have a go at that. I'll get Owen on that one, James. Somebody's going to roll again. Yeah, okay, Leif. Good. Well, it's literally, this is the first time I've done a live actually into YouTube doing this. We did test it out watching a video. Interesting. Hi, Howard. We were just on a call a few hours ago. Yeah, right. Thank you, Sonia. Brilliant. Great to know. Repeating the course, says Kay. Yes, I did spot that, Kay. Do you process your audio in the live stream? Nope. we keep things simple around here. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. Right, I'm going to jump now into, let's answer a couple of those questions. If anyone else has got questions, please stick a Q in front of it. So I can go back, look at the top of here, I can click favorite comments. Let's jump back and quickly answer some of these questions, and I'll try and keep the pace going so that we can get through everyone that's come on and asked. I want to honor you and answer your questions. So how can we do beautiful animated lower third overlays with an opportunity to change the text on them in real time? Great question. If I were to jump back to this one, so this is what Roland's talking about, like a lower third, something like this that you can create in another bit of software. So Owen actually made those for me, and he does show you inside the Academy, actually, Roland, how to make that in Keynote. There isn't a way to do it so you can change the text in real time. You could do something similar. For example, now this has been made in Ecamm, and what I'm using here is, this is the text overlay. You can't see that. Hang on a sec. This is a text overlay, so I can put a text. The overlays have really come on actually, and we can do these kind of rounded corners and things on it if we want. Change the margins around for the spacing around it. So I've put that one on there, and what I've done actually is to have one behind it. This was a tip that I picked up inside the Ecamm community. If I turn that one off, all I've got is a white one underneath it with white text, and I can make both of them. I can put both of them inside a group there over in overlays. If you, let's have a look. Have a look at that. So over there, I've called it name, and one of them is my name, the top one, and then that's just a blank white one underneath. So when I open and close, they both come on together. So nice little tip. You could kind of bring in a blank one and have the text on it, but I don't quite know how you could do that, to be honest. I think we're pushing our luck, but things are definitely coming on with Ecamm in terms of these text overlays and the likes. So good question. Is there a way to share a different live stream window? Rich, how do you mean? Share a different live stream window? Not quite sure what you mean on that one, I'm afraid. Owen, do you know what? No? You're sharing another... No, I'm not quite getting that, Rich. Ask me again. Put a Q again. Have a client that I embed their programs onto their website with Vimeo. Is there any way to get these comments like this? Yes and no. I'm a Kajabi user. All our academies and things are built in Kajabi. And when they did their summit last year, they actually brought it into the page. And with YouTube, yes, you can bring in that live stream. So this video right here could be embedded, and you can also embed the chat as well. So it is possible. I've got to say, I've put a video up actually on YouTube on how to do it. Come back to me and I'll try and find that and come back to you. But I definitely posted up, it was a Kajabi video on how to do exactly that and bring in that. I did find it a little bit clunky as you kind of resized and reshaped the page. The comments moved and became underneath and things like that. But it is possible, yes. Do you process your audio in the live stream? So no, I don't, Hubert. If you know me, I'm all about keeping things simple. I drive Owen and Rachel mad here because I need a clean, empty desk. I don't like mixers and things like this, and I think I'm one of the few that are like that. I think most people, really enjoy kind of the gadgets and things. Doesn't really do it for me. Owen's nodding over there. He would love to have with this around him. So what I've got here, this is a Rode Video Mic Pro Plus that goes into the camera, and then the camera feeds through across a cam link into my computer. I'm not doing anything with it here. It's just I really like it. I think it's a great little microphone. We actually posted a video up last week just saying how that this is my latest microphone. This is the one that I've been using it for years. I've got a whole load of XLR mics, a mixer, and all of these things. And for the simplicity, I keep coming back to this microphone and keep using it time and again. So yeah, hopefully that answers. Do check the YouTube. You're on Facebook but if you were looking on YouTube, you would see that the last video we posted was about this Rode mic. And that links across to one that we reviewed about 5 different types of microphones, including kind of podcaster ones right up here. James wants to know about the preview button. Right, great question. So let me come back into demo mode on here. So what James is talking about is one of the really of the biggest of the new features that's come out is preview mode. And I'm not using it at the minute. So it's something that you can turn on or off mid-live. If I zoom in down here so you can see this. So this is preview mode. And if I click it, whoops, hang on, I'm messing everything up now. I'm trying to be, how have I just done that? I'll tell you what, I'm going to go back to the live. There we go. I'll hit preview mode down here. Now you see that an extra window has just appeared and I can position this wherever I want. So the small one down here is the live one. This one up here is the preview one. Now it means that if I wanted to, in this scene, for instance, write a message up here that I wanted to get ready for my next scene, I can play around with this in preview mode, and when I'm ready to publish this across, I hit the publish button and now it appears over in the main live feed. That's one way to use this, and I think if you've got 2 people, Owen and I do a co-hosted show in our community group in Facebook on Fridays, and when there's 2 of us here, I could see that maybe while I'm asking a question, Owen could actually be typing something up in preview, and between us we could do this and be really real time kind of looking at comments and things and bringing bits in. Where I like this and use it, so you can see I've taken that off now and it hasn't changed. I need to click the publish button and it's now gone over. What I like is, at the minute you're seeing my whole screen, but you would just be watching that live window down here normally. And what it allows me to do is I can go off to other scenes over here, and maybe I want to just get something ready and resize it. The time that this is good is potentially while I've got a countdown video playing at the start. If I were just going, right, last minute, let me just quickly go through. So I've just changed and repositioned this little mini version of me, although he needs a bit of a haircut like me now. I don't need to jump to that scene straight away. I can go through it and tweak it like this. And all I do is go back to live mode. And now, so you're seeing here, in fact, let me come out of this so you can see what I mean. You're now seeing the live version. And if I go to that overlay scene, you can see that he's now moved over to that side instead of where he was. Okay, so really good for that, to be able to let you, while the show is on, so maybe while the video's playing, whatever it might be that you've got going, I can actually be working. What we were asking for in Ecamm was the ability to work on another scene while you'd got something else happening live. So they've done a fantastic job with that, really good. I don't use it all the time because if I'm keeping on it and I'm prepared and it's all ready to go, and I'm not very good at multitasking, so for me to be doing something over there in the preview bit while you're looking at the live isn't really going to happen for me. Does that help, James? Does that answer a bit about what that's doing? Last one from Jesse, and then I'm going to get back into the live bit. I may be crazy, actually. We might be on here for a while. I bet there's loads of questions sitting there just waiting. I'm nice and chilled because I'm thinking, I've only got Jesse's question to go. Recently updated. So yeah, Jesse, you're just saying here that you've updated Ecamm. When I played video on it, it doesn't work. Have you done have you just kind of restarted Ecamm? Just check that I know there has been another update since that is just fixing a few issues. Can you drop the video in again? Maybe something with it updating just knocked something out. I don't understand why that should be. As ever, if you're struggling with this, you can come up here to the help and you can contact the support up here. If you ever, while I'm talking about support, if you were ever on a live and you thought, there was something major that had happened, you are able to click on under Ecamm Live there, that drop down window. If you hit the option key, it also shows up here, send diagnostic log to Ecamm. So you press the option key on your keypad and it suddenly makes that available underneath it. Don't be sending in diagnostic for unless things need it. But if suddenly something crashed or you're just struggling and you're thinking, why is this just not working? Send a login and the guys at Ecamm can have a look at that and we'll get back to you. Right, so shall we try the Q bit? So in theory, if I put a Q and a space as my search, oops, sorry, we need to look at all of them. Now all I've got in front of me are questions. How cool is that? Can I record Felicia, I nearly skipped you there, sorry. Which microphone am I using? Yeah, so Rode Video Mic Pro Plus. Still my favorite mic. Can you record a Zoom call in Ecamm? Not quite sure why you would want to, Sonia. Zoom would record in its own and you can record locally to your computer. That would give you the better quality, I think. Yeah, if you're meaning kind of doing a screenshot of what's going on Zoom, I think I would choose the other way. Flipping awesome, isn't it? I love it. I'm so excited because when we get on Monday on our first day of our Ecamm Academy, I know it's like flooded with questions and I'm so looking forward to being able to just filter it out a bit. All people's icons are square. Yes, yeah, it has changed, hasn't it? You're right. I'm kind of missing that myself, James. The update video will be added to the Ecamm. Yes, absolutely. Good question, Nitin. They're actually there now. The only thing that's not in there is the intro and outro of each day, which you're not going to need anyway. So yeah, that is a really good point actually. Within our Ecamm Academy is everyone that comes through the Academy. We've got, what are we up to? I think it's about 1,300 people now that have come through the Ecamm Academy in the last year. You will get those updated videos. So it's great because while part of me goes, yay, Ecamm have added all these new features, there's a little bit of me that goes, oh, I've got to record a load more videos now. And Owen is the one who goes, oh, I've got to edit a whole load more videos now. So yes, every time there's a major update or we kind of get to a point where we go, these need re-recording now, you get all those new videos. Could you share someone else's live feed? Okay, I see what you're saying, Rich. Yeah, there's no reason why you couldn't just share your Chrome browser down there. And if there's a live happening down there, yes, you can be playing it through. Yeah, that makes more sense. Could you explain the difference? Audio options that pop up, like using system audio, playing through audio. Yeah, so these things are coming up, Daniel. So system audio is what's going on my computer. So for example, if I were to play the video, so I've got my Ecamm Live page sitting over down here in Chrome. Let's just show you. So down here is Chrome. There's a video down here. Now, in my sound levels, system audio is on. I'm just going to turn it down. But if I play this video on this page, you're really not getting the best out of it. You can see this is such a powerful tool. System audio. System audio is meaning playing what's coming out of the speakers in my computer, if that makes sense. So it's picking up anything like that. So that's why I would mute system audio. If you haven't got external speakers, if you're just using the speakers in your laptop, you will get an option for echo cancellation. And if it detects that system audio, because potentially if I'm hearing myself coming out, then that's where you're going to get this echo coming through. When you're talking about playing through from your phone and things, it's because if you've got your phone connected, do you want to play the audio coming from your phone is what it's asking you. Same thing, I could have a video or something playing on my phone that maybe I want to be feeding into this. Do I want it on or off? So if I don't want it on, I just hit the mute button and get rid of it. Sorry, I don't know what I just pressed there. I'm forgetting my keys to... Oh, it's because I'm not... There we go. I couldn't get rid of the display. Hope that answers that. Is there any way for you to drop a link in the comments? What's that? Oh, sorry, for me to add into the comments, James. There isn't in this through Restream. I think normally if I were going just to YouTube, it's been a long time since I've done a live just to YouTube. Pretty sure I can add comments to that. Would be an awesome feature, and I'm not quite sure why it is. There must be a reason why. After we lock the scene, so it's always a sure hit. Trying to click on another scene or adding an overlay of video doesn't work unless we unlock it. Yeah, you don't need to lock the scenes. I haven't got any of my scenes locked on here. The reasons I would lock a scene is like this. You know, sometimes I got a magic mouse down here, and sometimes this kind of stuff happens if I accidentally wipe it. So I understand why you would want to do that. And maybe if I've set this one up and I think, right, nothing's going to change, I can lock it. But you're right, it won't let me drop a video or do anything else to it once it's locked. So there isn't a way around that, I'm afraid. It's kind of locked or unlocked as your preference. iRig, okay. Audio delay. Okay, have you tried the mic delay on here, Leaf? So, doing it again. Hang on. Right, let's make sure I'm trying to share my screen, but if my active app isn't Ecamm, it's kind of doing other things. So let me come up here. So let's come into your preferences over here. And I don't know if you've seen this yet, but under audio, you do have an option for a mic delay on here. All right. And it will drag that across and it will put a delay in based on how many frames you need it to. Be very gentle with it. You don't need to have many frames delay. But the reason it's doing that, and I don't have this because one of the main reasons I run my microphone into my camera and both come in together is very rarely is there any problem with delay or being out of sync. If you've got a microphone that's coming in separately to your camera, then yes, sometimes the microphone gets there first and beats the camera, which is why you can delay that microphone. The way I test that is to do a little record only, bring that screen up like I just did in preferences and say, this is me speaking with a delay of 0. Move it across 1. This is me speaking with a delay of 1. This is me speaking with a delay of 2. You get the idea. And then you can play that back to yourself and go, yeah, okay, that fixed it when I got to a delay of 4. And then you can set it to it and it will always stay on that until you change and go to something else. All right. So have a check with that first. Does Ecamm stream live via Rumble? No. Stream key. Okay, sorry. Owen's saying it should be on here. Yeah, Owen's just saying you could use a stream key. There is an option in here. So at the bottom where it says, do you want to go to Facebook, YouTube, wherever, you can put in a stream key. So you'd need to go over to Rumble and get a stream key to yeah, you can sync that up and do it, Rich. Come back and ask us if I don't want to go into that one too deep on this, and I can't share that bit of the screen because we're already live. But yeah, doable. Thanks, Owen. Can you set scenes up in Ecamm to automatically switch after a few minutes? Oh, I'm glad you asked that. Okay, you know about the time at which you can switch to the next scene, but can you also switch between scenes back and forth? So, all right, should we have a little play here? How many questions have we got? That's not too bad, is it? Can we just do this? Liana, is that how we pronounce that? What I would do in this case, I like playing with things like this. Hang on, I keep forgetting the shortcut key. Right, what I would do for that is you're basically going to do the same thing, but up in your scenes here. So I can create a folder. Let's do the folder first, and we'll call it camera switch, for instance. Now I just made this scene here. I'm going to drop that into this folder, and we're going to say camera 1, and then we'll clone that and we'll call this camera 2. So camera 1, in this scene here, I'm going to come down a bit lower here, and let's zoom right in on me for camera 1. Let's imagine we're kind of working with 2 cameras here. So camera 1 is close up, camera 2 is wide out. So maybe this is something that you wanted to just switch between. So what you can do on this, I'll try and do this as quick as I can. Yes, I can have a timer in here, and I can turn off the background, and I can click on the text, and I can take that opacity down to 0. And now what I can do is go 0 on this and say, for the sake of this, we'll do 5 seconds and go to the next scene. All right, so now notice on the left here, camera 1, in 5 seconds, we've just jumped to camera 2. All right, so you already know how to do this. So what we're going to do is go, let's go 2 seconds on camera 2 just to mix it up and so we can see the difference. Everything else has stayed the same. Go to next scene when finished. Now, the key to this is we've put it in a folder, and so this thing is trapped. And so it'll go 5 seconds in camera 1, 2 seconds in camera 2, back to camera 1. So that's quite a fun little, I like stuff like this. All right. Does that help? So I'm going to come out of that mode there. Oops. Yep, there we go. So I've got you back. I better stop that. It's going to drive you all mad if you keep seeing me jump in from... Right, are we back? Yes. Infield, new here. Good to have you here. Does YouTube handle 18:9 without letterboxing? I thought it did. I'm afraid. I'm sure when we tried it we must have tried it on a phone.
I think it will be video compared to live streaming. I don't see why.
Yeah, maybe. I thought it did. But as I'm hearing in the comments in here, that's not the case, and people are seeing a black box top and bottom. So maybe we're kind of jumping ahead of ourselves a bit here. What's the cost for the Academy? For the Alumni, sorry. It was discounted. We sent out an email on Monday to all alumni. So everyone who's been through the Academy already got an offer to come through half price. And we literally filled it up in a few hours. We deliberately keep just a small, well, we've taken nearly 40 alumni this time around. Because there's so many new people wanting to get in that we're kind of limiting those spaces down. Now, can I just quickly, before I come back to the rest of these comments, let me just quickly come over here and actually, do you know what? I haven't even got a scene set up. I've been playing around with this, with a whole load of scenes that I thought I'd show you and demo. So I'm going to just create a new scene, do it as a screen share, and I'm going to share with you Chrome. All right. So there's my Chrome window. I can move that around. So you get 2 of me for the price of 1. Just let me say that this is the Ecamm Academy, and we run this 4 times a year. It's a fantastic event, honestly. We basically, the idea of this and where it came from really was so many people saying, I've got it, or I'm actually seeing people that have got Ecamm, they've had it for years. I'd got customers in my Pro Video Academy, and I say, do you use Ecamm? Yeah, I think I've got it. And I just thought, this is criminal. Ecamm is so good that if you've got it, you really need to be getting the best out of it. And I realized there was a need for people just wanting help to understand what they can do, to do the things that I'm just doing here and way more that I've got queued up, because I wasn't sure if we'd get any questions and if anyone would show up. We can come on to those. So basically, this is me, showing you how to do everything. And we deliberately, again, fun fact, when we first ran this, I was talking with Katie at Ecamm, and the plan was we were just going to run this once as a live, and then we would make it evergreen. We got so much feedback from people saying, we love the live, we love the fact that this is a live event, and we're all working along together, and we've just made such good friends in here that I just said, we've got to keep running this as a live event. So that's why it opens and closes, and the doors are open at the minute. We will start next Monday, and it will run for 2 weeks, and then it will close, and then we'll come up again in another 3 months' time. So yeah, basically we're teaching you everything. I will walk you through from start to finish with some pre-recorded videos. You can see it all down here. Actually, let me slide this over. My thumbnail's in the wrong place, really. If I come up to this side, you can just see down this left side here. Look, literally from unboxing it, finding your way around, talking about Wi-Fi. I get you on day 1 to go live to yourself and just practice getting used to what that delay is like. All of these things, having to play at some of the branding without anybody else looking. So we do all that. So level 1 is day 1. There's a whole load of new video content in here about overlays that wasn't there before. Using scenes, and then Tuesday. So I hold these back. So those that have joined and are waiting for Monday aren't seeing any of this at the minute. So this is a bit of a spoiler going on over here. This is what's coming. Day 2, Tuesday, is all about actually preparing for your live stream, going live to Facebook, scheduling it, going to YouTube, going to LinkedIn if you've been given permission for that. All of these different things down here. How we make our intro video that you'll be seeing. We've got some frames in there. Yeah, loads of cool stuff. Day 3 is all about interviewing. Day 4, using your phone, using your iPad, snap camera, animated overlays. That's where Owen shows you how to make that animated overlay. And then level 5 on Friday is more pro feature things. So the virtual webcam that lets you send this feed out to Zoom and other platforms. Using a stream deck, using Restream as I'm using now to stream out to Facebook and YouTube and other places at once. And then we end up with this writing on screen that's been really popular, showing you how you can kind of write on here on the front. So that's all the content. And the way it works is I release those to you each day. You can work through them at your own pace. And then every day I come on a live at 5 p.m. in the UK, so an hour before I came on here now. Every day we come on a live, and I'm not really teaching. It's more like what we're doing here, that someone will throw in a question and we just go for it and go, all right, let's have a look at that. You don't have to be on the lives to get the training, but the lives really do add something. So countdown video timers, we've given you a set of those that you can take and use. We've got some simple frames. Owen's made some Stream Deck keys, and you get a certificate. I was going to say handwritten. It's kind of hand typed for everyone that comes through. We've got a stack of testimonials on this page. If you're not sure whether you think this is right for you or not, I encourage you to go over and watch some of these testimonials. Read some of these comments. People have absolutely loved the Academy, and there is an FAQ section down there as well. But yeah, you can come register and join us right now, and day 1 will be Monday. It's fantastic. We cap it at 250 people. We deliberately keep the classes smaller. You've got basically we shut down for this 2 weeks. Owen, Rachel, and myself all get involved. We're all in here. We're watching your lives. We're helping you. You get incredible value for coming in and spending a couple of weeks with us. So that's the Ecamm Live Academy. I know Rachel's put it in a link to it in the comments. You can head over there if you want to. I'm going to come back to these questions. Best way to avoid delay while interviewing a guest while live streaming. There shouldn't be a delay. I'm not quite sure. Depends what you're meaning by a delay. There shouldn't be a delay between you and the guest at all. If you're looking on your screen and you're thinking, my voice is out of sync, well, that happens and the screen does look a little bit delayed. Using your headphones is going to stop an echo coming through and getting that repeating sound, if that's what you're meaning. Does Ecamm have a filter to make me sound like Adrian? Thank you. Kimberly, which app do you currently recommend to use iPhone as a second camera? Shoot. Can you remember what it's called, Owen? It's got a longer name than that, hasn't it? Yeah. Kimberly, reach out. You're in Facebook. Ask me in Facebook there. Tag me in a question and I'll come back to you with it. I'm trying to remember what it's called. Shoot is what it comes up as, but I think there's a longer name to search for. We just made a new video about it the other day, actually, and they've updated it recently. It basically just takes off all the overlays and things. And it's called Shoot Clean Camera Feed. So if you search for Shoot Clean Camera Feed in the App Store, you'll find it there. You can use Filmic Pro. There are some benefits to it. You can edit that around. You can actually put more of a filter on it and things. But to be honest, for just the idea of that Shoot app is to take away the overlays so that you just literally get a clean camera feed come through, front or back camera. Is the background an overlay and green screen? No, that's the wall behind me. We painted them recently, and I'm liking this kind of navy wall that we've got. Can't afford an expensive camera. What else do you recommend? Yeah. So Kimberly, yes, your phone would be a good upgrade from using the webcam. Plug it in and you could have it there on a little holder in front of you. Would be a great little way to start, definitely. How are we doing? Doesn't look like I'm being caught too badly. So keep them coming if you want. I'm happy to keep racing through and do my best to answer. Your recorded live seems to have a lower resolution when I view the recording. Are you finding, depends again where you're seeing this and what it is you're referring to. Sometimes when you've just gone live and then you watch it straight back afterwards, it definitely kind of pixelates. It takes a while for Facebook to render it or whatever it does. Remember that on Facebook, it will only be 720p anyway. It's not going to be up to like a HD quality. If you're referring to the quality that you're actually recording, then what you need to just check is up here under your options setting in Ecamm, what stream size have you got it set to? Because whatever you're set to in here, so I'm on high, that's a 1080p, and that means that the local copy recording is going to be a 1080p video. And I'm super impressed with it. And I think the recording, the local file that you get out of this is incredible. Rich, ask about StreamKey. Do. Fire away. I've had to ask Owen if I can borrow the Stream Deck. Oh, sorry, you're asking about Stream Keys. I'm getting confused there. Yes, do. Please ask in the group, Rich. I'll show you that. I'll demonstrate it. Don't know that we cover Stream Keys. We need to add that in. No problem. Recording Zoom and Ecamm. Presently record via Zoom, but the Zoom recordings are terrible. Again, Sonia, go into your settings in Zoom, because you might find that I know that you can go into the video settings and you can increase the quality, and make sure that you're recording it from Zoom, record it into the computer, not to the cloud. You'll get a better quality there as well. Yes, much better quality, as I was just saying, actually. In the quality that comes out of Ecamm. I actually have started doing my support calls, my coaching calls that I do one-to-one, using Ecamm's interview mode, because the quality is so much better than what the Zoom version was giving me. Does alumni participants get all? Yeah, if you're in as an alumni, then if you've got one of those special tickets, you've entered in and you're coming through everything. But obviously you've already got the videos, so the reason why it's half price is because you've already come through and you would have got the videos updated anyway. What you're paying for is coming back into the group and having the community side of it. All right. You heard yourself after talking to external mic. Yeah, so it's, if you're hearing it, then, oh, I'm trying to think. I can't get my head around that at the minute. If you're hearing it or you're hearing it on a guest. So if you're hearing yourself in your guests, it's because their mic is picking up their speakers. So can you overlay something like a lower third while playing a video in a scene? Yes. I think so. Can I just try something? Let me try this little chappy here. If I stick him up in show in all scenes but hide him. In fact, I've just pulled it out here. I've got a little demo video in this next scene. So what I'm going to do, it will mute me. So I'm going to play this video, which is it's a testimonial from the Pro Video Academy. It's not relevant, but I'm just going to try and drop the little man on. In fact, what I'll do, let's do it as a display and you can see what I'm doing. All right, so I'm going to play a video and I'm going to try and pick up this little guy and drop him on as an overlay, because I think it works, but I don't want to say yes and then think, actually, I don't know.
Hello, my name is Darren Lee and I've just completed the setup part of the Pro Video Academy course, and it's absolutely amazing how Adrian has made this step-by-step.
Yeah, so it does. So I wasn't sure whether it would pause it or stop it. So yeah, as you saw there, that just allowed me to drop an overlay on as that video was playing. So potentially, I'm not quite sure what you were meaning, but potentially while something's playing, you could put a comment. You could definitely bring, I should have known that. You can definitely bring the chat comments in over the front of that video if you wanted. Can you use an iPad as well, or what webcam would you recommend? The phone running out of juice. Yeah, what you could do is, I mean, you could use I've got my iPad hooked up here at the minute. Just using one of these with a HDMI converter, because I don't think you could, I'm trying to think of another way. Sometimes you can get the little converters at the bottom of your phone, can't you, that will allow you to have your power in as well as your headphone kind of thing. I'm not sure if there's a way that you could power it while you were bringing that video feed out. There's probably an adapter, well, there is an adapter that you could use to send a HDMI feed out while there's still power attached to your phone or to your iPad. That would absolutely work. And you would just then need a little HDMI converter. And really the Camlink is the one that I recommend. That's what I'm using right now. It's about £100. You can get one of these cheaper ones that are about £20. It's a slight drop in quality. I posted it into the, let's see, Kimberly, you're on the page. In my community group on Facebook, I posted it last week and just said, can you see a difference between a cheap HDMI converter and an expensive one? So yeah, there are definitely ways around it. I'm sure that you could power it. Okay, Epoch Cam. Interesting. Yeah, an Epoch Cam, so you could use that wirelessly as well, Roland, can't you? It's one of the NDI ones that you could, so you could actually be on your power lead, but have it sending wirelessly the video feed across. The quality of the recordings on your computer. Yeah, do check the settings, yeah. Hey, I'm at the bottom. I'll take the queue off in a minute and I'll just see, I'll make sure people are still here. It looks like you're all still here, which is awesome. I don't mind getting a couple more questions in. Otherwise, I'm just going to come back to the main chat and just see what's been going on. I feel like I'm missing out on what's going on in the chat. You could be all talking about me over there. Maybe you covered this, but how do I change the shape of your guest video and not me? Yep, can't get the graphic overlays to fit. So let me show you this. And this is another really cool feature, actually. So I'm going to come back into show you my screen. And yeah, different ways of doing this. So if we were on an interview and typically there's you and your guest and you're fixed, I'm thinking that's what you're meaning, that you're wanting to be able to knock this around a little bit. What you could do is totally start from scratch. We'll call this interview, and I'm going to come up here to source and go blank. So we've now got a blank window, and what I can do is come down here to the overlays and select a camera overlay. And I can say the first one I want to be me, and I can select custom. Now what I need to do is it's because I haven't got interview turned on. Hang on a second. I turned it off just in case anybody thought they'd try to jump on an interview with me while we were live. Now I've got interview there. I can bring, so what I got, camera one is sitting there. So it's on a blank screen and it's just sitting here like a picture in picture, but it's a camera overlay. I'm going to grab another one. And on this one, we are going to select guest 2. It's because I haven't got guest 1 in my switcher. Let me just turn that on because it makes more sense to be guest 1. And then I can do the same thing and say custom. And now how cool is this? Look, we can actually, so I can center these up if I want. You can either go square or you could go whatever shape you wanted. You know, if you decided, I don't know why you would, you want to sit over here in this shape and you want your interviewee to be sitting up in a different shape. Maybe you've got some branding that you want it to fit around. You could do that. Or you could just say, no, let's both be square, but I want us to be the same size and be able to move it around. I can go square on both of us and I would just kind of line that up so I can see that they're both the same height. And now I can just reposition this and it will snap bang in the center there. And the same over here. So they're both centered up now. And it's actually created an effect like a frame there. Can I just show you quickly, while we're talking about this, this is a really cool, if you don't want to go making a frame, now I just need to bring that in slightly so that the margin around the edge looks more consistent there. One of the other new features is that I can put an overlay in the backgrounds area. So I've dropped into here a funky kind of background color. If I turn these two overlays off, you'll see I've been able to drop any image like this into the background. This was just one that I used over on Snapper as like a backgroundy. You can find these all over the internet as like PowerPoint background scene or something like that. And so I've brought that on, and actually without me having to go off and create a frame, I'm now able to do this and bring these in, and I could actually totally change the, I can't do a rounded edges at the minute. I'm sure that will come. But how cool is that? Look, the two of us could be in there as two different windows if we wanted to. So I'm glad you raised that one, because I think that's a good point, and it's a good little something we can demo and have a play with there. All right. Oh, I'm still zoomed in. some of your video files, as well as your picture files that you bring into Ecamm, I have to keep uploading the file because Ecamm loses it. Right, probably because if it's losing it, it's because it can't see it or it can't find it. So have you moved the location of that file? What I tend to do is always keep the files. I have a folder called For Lives, Do Not Move. And everything that I'm using, all these assets and things that I'm dropping in here, I stick them all in that one folder. They're not on a cloud. They're not on an external storage. They're here on in my movies folder inside my Mac. And so Ecamm always knows where it is. And whenever I've lost it and it's disconnected and it's gone, can't find this file, it's because I've moved it. Saying no. I can't think, it's never happened to me where it couldn't find it. As I say, that's been the only time is if I've moved it around. You haven't got it, it's not on a cloud thing where it's sticking it up in the cloud, like saving space. I don't know the technical term for it, but I know mine does that. If it's on my desktop or in my documents, it kind of tidies it up and takes it away. Yeah, not quite sure past that really why. Raphael, happy Wednesday back to you. An opacity or blur camera function. Interesting. Not that I know of. No. What would be good is keep an eye out once a month. It tends to be around the 25th of the month. Ken and Glenn go live and talk about kind of the latest features and, you know, take ideas and suggestions for future ideas. Definitely get in on that. Get in the beta group as well, the Ecamm beta group. They'll be very happy to hear from you ideas and suggestions as to what you'd like to see. Right, James, love to see what your desk looks like. You mentioned that you like as little as possible clutter in your space. Yeah. There's not a lot on. I've got a mug of coffee here at the minute. And then really it is just my phone and my iPad and a monitor. So I don't have any. My monitor is actually attached to a stand, like a tripod, a C stand. And yeah, so literally I can move my desk away and there's kind of nothing on here. Yeah, I'm one of those who, you know, if I've got clutter and stuff, it just stops me working. I have to tidy everything in the morning before I can actually get any work done. Bit sad, but there you go. Oh, Ecamm's on. Hey. Yeah, oh, brilliant. There you go. So just what I was saying. Very happy to hear from you. Any ideas for suggestions and things. Is that you, Katie? That's who's hiding under there. Stephen, can I use interview mode in Ecamm for streaming that outputs to Teams Zoom? Yes, so good question. We cover this inside the Academy, and I will be putting a video out onto YouTube as well. What you need to do is use another bit of software like Loopback. That's the one that we use, or Black Hole is another one. So what you can do is, and what Stephen's referring to here is, basically you could take this feed from here. So whatever we've got open in here, not that you'd particularly want this, but maybe you'd wanted to use your lower thirds and things like this and use that over in Zoom. Yes, I can, within Ecamm, I can say, as a pro account feature, I can say, virtual webcam. I was trying to think what the phrase was. And it basically will package up everything that I'm looking at in Ecamm and it will make it available in another bit of software. As long as the other software, the other program allows virtual cameras, then yes, it will work. I've found it a little bit glitchy in Teams. Sometimes you've got to kind of close down your browser, close down Ecamm, open up Ecamm first, then open up your browser again, and it should see it there as your camera. On the audio side, the challenge is, and I don't think everyone realizes this, but yes, you've got this virtual camera feed that's going over there to Zoom or wherever else, but the audio doesn't go with it. So if I were to do a Zoom right now, and I can select inside it, what camera feed do I want? Ecamm. When I say what microphone do I want? there's not an option for Ecamm. So we can use a third-party tool, as I say, like Loopback, and what it will do is collect up the audio that's coming into Ecamm, and it will send that out, and Zoom can see that. It's a very simple setup, actually. Like I say, if you're coming into the Academy, we are covering it next Friday, but it's something that we can cover, and that video will be made available after the Academy out here on YouTube as well. So yes, it's possible to do it, to interview somebody in Ecamm and let the whole thing go out as a show into Zoom. All right, just be conscious or appreciate that when you're doing this, like I've got the chat in here, obviously that chat isn't going to come back in from Zoom, back into here, into Ecamm. You know, the feed's going out, but you'll need to use your Zoom window. So this is where it can get a little bit clunky, is you've now got Ecamm open, you've got Zoom open, and these kind of things will take a hit on your processor if you're not careful. Do make sure you've got all of your other programs and things turned off that you don't need to have on, just to give it a fighting chance of this. When adding audio files, is there a way to have audio file fade out? No, there isn't a control for that. Depends what that audio file is. If it's something you've made, I guess you could have done it in advance. I think if you chose a fade transition at the end of your scene, I'm not quite sure how that would work. If you said at the end of this, if it were a video and you said at the end of video, go to next scene, and you'd got a fade, not quite sure how that would work. One to play with. I'm afraid I don't know the answer to that one. I don't think there's a setting at the minute. Right, now I need to come over. I want to have a look back on here. I'm going to untick the queue. Let's see what else has been going on over here. Let's whiz to the bottom. Hey, Riley. Yep. Good stuff. Yeah, Owen's doing great over here. He's my right-hand man. Yep. Okay. Tried to connect one iPhone via the other via wired connection. Okay. Not quite. You might need to, if you're meaning that, if you're bringing in the video from your phone, then it will take the proportion, the shape of your phone screen. So you do just need to zoom it in a bit. It's the same as using an iPad. Yeah, hey, that's good. Look at that. We almost timed that to be the hour. I hadn't got any idea. Teams is tricky. Yeah, glad it isn't just me. I tried to do some tutorials actually, and I'm like, right, how to use Ecamm with, and I brought this up, and I know I have used it, but I'm sitting here kind of poised while I'm recording, and it's not coming in as an option. I have to close it down, open it up again. Yeah, and actually I think it's probably more to do with the Chrome browser needing to be up to date and things like that. Basically, Ecamm's going, yep, this feed will go out to anyone that wants it. And it's more often that the issue is making sure Chrome's up to date and things like that. But yeah, good stuff. It's Caleb. Oh, good stuff, mate. Caleb, are you coming in the academy this time around? Come on, awesome. This is great. Can I use interview? Yeah, so I saw all these. So it worked, didn't it? It worked really well being able to have that queue feature in here. Caleb, we're loving that. That's definitely, I did a little video as a plug the other week and saying what's my favorite feature of this latest update. Definitely these new comment facilities to be able to search through here. You know, I can also, I haven't showed you this actually up here, but so I know that, for example, Caleb just mentioned his name there and said it's Caleb here. I'm like, oh, where was that post? I'm sure he just put it there. I could search in here and go Caleb, and look, bang, it's taken me straight to that one. If I think somebody said something about using their phone, I can go back over there. Oh, it's actually picked up microphone as well. Interesting. That's so cool. I'm clicking on the wrong screen. Okay. So I reckon we wrap this up. So again, just to say to you that Ecamm Live Academy, if you like this kind of training, this is absolutely what we've got inside the Ecamm Live Academy. I show up like this every day almost every day through the 2 weeks. And you get all of the training videos that I mentioned on here, all of this lot. Literally, there's nothing we haven't covered. Anything that Ecamm does, we've made a video on it, and you've got it for life. So let's click on that one, for instance, just to show you. So it comes up in here. You've got a video, some notes, and as you will see, comments and things down there that people are putting in. It gives you a queue up here to tell you how far through you are. I'm 59% through. That's because of all the new videos we've just put in. So with a combination of that and a Facebook group where, we create a safe place. You can practice, you can mess up, you can do things wrong. It won't matter. You'll get nothing but praise and encouragement. So here we are, Ecamm Academy, $129. It's available between now and Sunday. We close the doors on Sunday because it all starts on Monday. And then we will be around again. July will be the next one. We run it 4 times a year. It's a fantastic event. And if you haven't been through it before, really recommend that you do. Okay, so that's me. If you've enjoyed this, we should come on and do a few more of these. I just said to Owen, I thought, I don't want to do a kind of what is the Ecamm Live Academy. I thought it'd be much more fun to just come on here and go, ask me anything. And I've really enjoyed this. Do as well, check out, we have an open Facebook group. Well, it's not open, it's closed, but anyone can join it. Adrian Salisbury training community over on Facebook. Every Friday, Owen and I just basically do a roundup of the week, chatting about tech, different things, usually a whole load of stuff about Ecamm. So do make sure you get involved. Come and join us over in that Facebook group. And other ways to keep in touch. But glad you've enjoyed it. Do I have a level video about connecting with Restream? Yep. Not Switchboard because I haven't actually used it. But Restream, we use. It's pretty much the same settings. It's just a little bit more picky, I think. I just realised as well, it's James, isn't it? Sorry, I said Riley up here. It's James. Riley's your surname, isn't it, mate? Forgive me. Yep. Might take the academy when life slows down. Do. Like I say, 4 times a year. Come and join anytime. It'll be a pleasure to have you. All right, Sandy, that's better. I kind of can't answer you when it's when I can't see your name there. Lovely. Are you using green screen? No, but I can if you want. This is my real wall behind me here, but that's a green screen. So it's as simple as that. As simple as that to use a green screen and pop that up. And if you want to have a change of scenery, and actually that's not quite hitting the edges there. I need to have a look at that. All right. Thanks. Really like your videos. Thank you. See, this is why I put the comments up, because at the minute now you're looking, I'm sort of staring at this. Where do I scale down? Ecamm, Zoom, both, or just one play? What's this? It depends, Hans, what your needs are. If you can... Zoom is probably the bigger culprit. If you can be streaming out from Facebook to YouTube or to... from Ecamm to Facebook or to YouTube means that you don't need to be going through Zoom. Actually, I challenge a lot of people about, do you need Zoom? I think this works better. I personally would much rather watch a live like this than a Zoom where I'm feeling awkward and I'm like, oh, I've got to keep staring because my camera's on. So if you don't actually need to be able to bring people on and, you know, share it around, then actually, why not have a go at doing a live rather than doing a Zoom? Again, depends on audiences. Some people think that, you know, you need to be in Zoom. That's kind of up to you, I'm afraid. But definitely I would try doing a live with Ecamm into Facebook, into a group. You can create that same kind of exclusivity by creating a group for people to come into. That's exactly what we'll be doing next week. It'd be interesting to try it. In fact, you could just set up a group with just you in it and just see what it's like. Do you find that it works okay? But yeah, internet on board. Yeah. It's a lovely day outside. Come on. We need to. Hey? Oh. Caleb, I thought you were telling me to hurry up because you wanted to get out and enjoy the sun. Yeah. Yeah, it's nice out there. The windows need a little bit of cleaning though, I think, don't they? I can improve on that though. And then on this one, we're going to go because this is where I start just waffling on. That's even better, Caleb, isn't it? What do we think, hey? Sitting back and having a nice day at the beach today. Right, okay, so thank you so much, guys. Pleasure to see you as always. If you're catching this in the replay, I should have said that earlier on. You know, please do comment away in here anyway. And sorry, I told you I can't do two things at once. Comment away, please, here. In the replay, we'll get back to you. Always interested, you know, give me some thoughts and ideas for what you want other content on. But yeah, thank you for showing up. Great to see you, Valerie, our star from the last Ecamm Academy. Didn't know you'd snuck in there, Valerie, but great to see you. Hubert, stop using Zoom in favour of live stream. Okay, excellent. Yeah, Hubert, I tell you, there are so many cool things that you could be doing using Ecamm to really jazz this up. Your students would love it. Hey, Michelle, you were live streaming. Well done. Well, you can watch this in a replay. Instantly, Facebook and YouTube. That's the beauty of it. But I've got to say, that's one of the reasons why I prefer Facebook over YouTube is you can't go back into the live chat. You can go into the comments, but on Facebook, if you watch this in the replay, it's kind of like you're watching it in real time and seeing those comments. It is one of the reasons why I prefer that. But thank you, James. That's awesome. Can you reverse the screen for a teleprompter? Yes. Well, hang on. It can reverse my camera. It won't reverse the whole screen. So it depends what you've got on here. But you might find that a teleprompter app or something would do that. Yeah. Love using the software. Good to hear it. If you haven't already, come and join us next week. We're going to have a fantastic time in the Academy. It's an absolute highlight. And yeah, would love to see you. So adriansalisbury.com/ecamm-live-academy or actually ecammliveacademy.com will get you there. Check it out. Come and have a look and would love to host you next week. All right, I'm going to shoot off now. Thank you so much and have a great rest of your week, guys. All the best.